So walk around the compound.
Test. So excited, oh my gosh, so excited. Because there's movement. We got the gator going around, the girls are gonna start getting leopard and cougar chunks ready and stuff for kitty cats because we're spinning up the feed cycle. And I got enough time. Allie, she is just being very cute. I've got enough time to film a webcast while they do their thing. So, hello all of you big cat lovers out there. It's me, Derek, again. Welcome to another super duper awesome, exciting episode of the Walk Around the Compound webcast. This is a pre-feed webcast, so hopefully some of the kitty cats are going to be a little bit excited. Hi, Wally. You excited? Hi, bud. Oh, we're getting into that time of year, springtime, which is going to be transitioning into summertime, of course, and it's going to be getting warmer and warmer as the days go on. And it means that we actually have to feed later and later in the evening as time goes on as well. And the reason for that is because the cats, when they get fed, and it's really hot outside, they don't want to eat. What they want to do is they just want to get their food, they want to drag it off into the shade, you know, or a house or a den box or something like that. And then they won't want to eat it until it gets cool because, you know, like eating, it takes the energy and it's gonna kind of heat you up a little bit. It's gonna make things more uncomfortable. So the meat's just gonna sit out and it's gonna just get all warm and kind of gross out in, you know, out in the elements. So in the summertime we can feed, you know, I mean, if the temperature's good, if the temperature's nice and low, but generally speaking, we have to wait until it gets closer to dusk time in the summertime. Right now, it's still, he is itching his chest with his back leg. That is pretty cute. That is pretty cute. No lipstick, which is good. Well, you itching your chest? Is that a good chest scratch? Yeah? So yeah, a lot of different considerations. For weather, of course. Oh my gosh, he's talking about weather. But yeah, I have to talk about weather because we have to be concerned about weather because the cats are out in the weather all the time. All the time they're out in the weather. And yes, it's springtime and it's still pleasant out, but we're getting days that are getting up into the mid-80s. They're going to be getting up into the upper 80s. The humidity's starting to rise up. Pretty soon we're going to start having days that are in the 90s. Once you start having those more consistently, things get a little bit more uncomfortable. You know, and we have to outfit the compound with new shade apparatus. A lot of times with the tigers, we'll give them pools, different water tanks, of course, to be able to, you know, let the cats speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. I seriously did not even. He's like getting in and out. You're making your own coffee. Oh, look at you, bud. Oh, it's all over. Flash, you're very cute. So he's just kind of hanging out in his pool. And not everyone's going to have standalone pools inside of their lockdowns. And sometimes even the pools, because like there's some cats they don't like water. You know, some tigers don't care for water. Most tigers like it. But like leopards don't like water. Lions, they don't like water. So how do you keep them cool? I mean, a lot of it just has to be just building shade, doing things like that. Now, I have been in contact with some folks over at Indiegogo, one of the big crowdfunding websites, and they're actually wanting to do a promotional thing. Hey, Ras, you got that big old booger off your eye. he was kind of mad at me for like the day after his surgery, so I'm glad that you're being snuffly at me, so that's a good thing. But yeah, talking to some of the folks over at Indiegogo, and I was bringing about the idea, suggesting that maybe we try to bolster up our continuous project called Operation Cool Cats, which is what we try to do to help the kitty cats stay comfortable in the Texas summertime, in the Texas heat. Yeah, I know. It's just a bunch of, it's for the birds, that stuff. And it's a lot more important now, you know, that all of our cats are starting to get older, you know. We want to try to make them as comfortable as possible, but, you know, besides pools, like, how can we do that? And also, you got to sit there and think, like, the pools, we have to bring them in and out, like, seasonally. I would like it if there were, you know, more permanent fixtures that we would be able to manipulate, but then there's a lot of different considerations. I mean, if we're talking about evaporative cooling systems, which I was looking up evaporative cooling systems, some of those large-scale industrial portacool type things, you're basically having to talk about the water that has to go into those things, and the fact that it is an evaporative cooling system, and the water that would be going into it is going to be fairly mineral-laden calcium water. It's well water that feeds into the compound, and after a lot of evaporation, hi bud, oh my gosh, look at you, look at you, oh, you're so cute, beezer, beezer, beezer. You know, so those may only have like a limited usage for being able to provide like some ample coolage. Now, if you're talking about evaporative cooling systems, there's also the issue of power, and we only have so much power that's feeding into the facility as well. So then I'm sitting there thinking, okay, well, maybe if we actually put solar panels on the top of all of the, you know, the lockdown roofs, that might help to alleviate some of the power concerns. And then also another alleviation for the water concerns. Heidi was talking about, well, maybe we could just dig really, really deep, because our water only goes down so deep. Our well doesn't go down ridiculously deep, but dig really, really deep, get down to the water table. But then I've heard that, you know, here in Texas, you got to basically pay, you know, like almost like licensing fees if you actually start getting into other municipals' water sources and stuff like that. So a lot of different considerations to have to make. Not to mention the fact that if we're talking about large-scale cooling systems, I mean, we're talking about open-air enclosures and all of these other types of considerations that we have to make. So it's not just one little simple quick fix type solution for some of this stuff. It's one thing is going to present a problem for another thing that you have to mitigate against, which is going to bring up a whole other cavalcade list of issues that you have to think of. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. And basically, I turn a lot of this over to you folks and wondering if you can kind of maybe help me out. Now, I've actually been in contact with outdoor cooling specialists, and I've tried to explain the situation and the fact that Indiegogo is a very large and reputable money-raising, crowdfunding organization, and I've got a lot of social media followers, so they would get a lot of heat, but I haven't gotten the biggest sense of feedback from a lot of these ones as I would like. I'm looking for smart solutions. I'm looking for things that can be cost effective, things that could be a little bit more semi-permanent, things that could be installed relatively easily. I'm looking for smart people to kind of throw some ideas this way. Now, we've got ideas, and there's some that are going to be good that we're not going to be able to implement either because of considerations for the cats or considerations for the compound, but yeah, I want to make this thing kind of ambitious. And it can be done in oh yeah, here's Zeus, because some people are like, well, Zeus, you haven't showed Zeus, and Zeus is just down here, and he doesn't get attention. He gets attention, he's fine. He's fine. I think Alice on Vine, oh my gosh, she was putting up a big stink today. Oh, Zeus, oh my gosh. It's fine, Alice. It's fine. Take a breath. Zeus is fine. I just want to see him on walk around the compound. That's what she said. But, yeah. I mean, you know, comments, Twitter, email, engineers, businesses. Let's think of some ideas. All right? That's all the time I got for the webcast. Talk to you later, folks. Bye-bye.
Gonna keep on going. Didn't think I spent enough time talking about the stuff.
Oh, what the heck. I'll just give it a little bit more time. Oh, thank you, Rasa, for peeing on, or attempting to pee on me. But, yeah. Like I said, you know, we've got ideas. You know, I mean, let's say that the totality of the plan may actually cost tens of thousands, multiple tens of thousands, high five figures to implement in total. But it doesn't mean that we can't break these things down into workable increments. Oh, hi, look at what she's got a leg. She's got a leg. She's going, and there she goes. And I got my leg, and then I'm in my house. And that is all that I have to say about that. I'm not gonna go and bother her because that would just be rude. It would be in poor taste. Well, why don't you do this and then close certain sections and do certain things like that? We got to be careful about enclosing certain things for a couple of different reasons. I mean, you want to make sure that the structural integrity of the enclosures is going to be maintained, and sometimes if you enclose things, you have to worry about wind resistance. That could become a factor. Also, you have to worry about health considerations, that if you enclose areas off too much, you might not be able to see to make medical assessments or medical determinations. So there's different things that limit what we're able to do and what we want to. I mean, yeah. So basically, like, how can we cool individual enclosures down? Like, that's the solution. That's the problem that I want to try to fix out here. You know, and like we can make it through the summer. You know, we can. Baggy. Hi, Sugar Pie. Well, you want to go inside? Alright, there you go. She didn't want to talk. She just wanted them. She just wanted a hand. That's all she sees me as, just a hand to open up a door. You know. Misting systems could work. It's just we gotta either have different water or treated water, and then of course misting systems work on power. And then also sometimes you got to worry about the idea that, you know, if we're going to be increasing the ambient relative humidity of a location, then you're going to be having to worry about moss growth, and then you're actually worrying about the respiratory systems of the animals and all sorts of different other considerations. So we gotta, yeah, it's all sorts of different things. All sorts of different things. Big, wonderful swamp cooling waterfalls like what Arctic had, that'd be great. But again, it costs power. And we need to have professional people come in and install a lot of this stuff. But like I said, we're working with a large organization, Indiegogo. It's a large organization. So the potential is there to make some big and ambitious things happen. So I don't mind hearing big and ambitious ideas. But they have to be realistic. Okay? Have to be realistic. That's the thing, sometimes I hear about like different enclosures that get made at different zoos, and like, oh, this one's made $5 million enclosure for these 2 tigers. And I'm like, what? Oh my gosh. I mean, you know, it looks fairly pretty and all, but I mean, I don't know. It seems like you guys got some bad bids. Honest Joe's Tiger Enclosure Emporium. Clyde, you are gaining some popularity, Mr. Stumpy Bulldog Tiger Man. Just kind of with your cool demeanor and just your kind of savoir-faire attitude. Clyde is kind of a cool cat. Gotta hand it to him. He is. Ah, cool. I really wasn't even trying to do that. Operation Cool Cats. That's funny. Yeah, so, I mean, look. We've got ideas, but I want to toss it out to other folks because, you know, there's a community, there's a pride, there's a thing, and you know, we've come to realize solutions to problems in the past, so what's to say that this wouldn't be any different? What's to say? Rah. Hold on. More? Yeah, no. Papa, what? You're gonna get fed. You're gonna get fed. What? Hi. Yano. Oh. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna be getting you guys fed here really quick. That's it. That's all I got. I wanted to add on a little bit because I thought that the end was kind of rushed on the last segment, so I wanted to kind of I hit the end of the time and I'm like, I didn't really feel good about that one. I wanted to kind of elaborate a little bit further on some of the points, and talk a little bit more specifically about what it is that we're trying to do and trying to accomplish. Don't get me wrong, we're still going to implement a lot of the I mean, you can't go wrong with just increasing shade, increasing like pools and water and stuff like that. But if we can make things bigger, if we can make things more ambitious, and allow these cats to be comfy in the summer, then that would be a cool thing. That would be a cool thing. Now, don't get me wrong, these animals, I mean, for the most part, they come from, you know, mid-latitude ranges. I mean, jungle areas and savanna regions and traditionally hot places. So it's not like they're, you know, unable to be able to withstand stuff like this, but, I mean, come on. They're celebrity kitties. They're spoiled. You guys know that. You know that. Just want what's the best for them, you know? All right. Well, I gotta go feed. So, this is the real end of the webcast. Thank you very much for watching this one. We will end it on Luca. How many rabbits? How many rabbits am I going to be getting? How many? Well, you're going to be feeding. How many rabbits am I going to be getting today? That's not enough. All right, folks. Talk to you later.